Hello, and welcome to Warrenguard on Total Party Kiss. We've got a little bit of an announcement before we get started and meet our cast today. So, would you please take it away, Madeline?
Thank you. Now.
Up, you're. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry, I thought you were
okay,
muted.
good. Yay. Yay. Okay. So today is the 137th day of mass bombings and violence enacted upon Gaza by the Israeli government. Despite calls for ceasefire from many nations across the globe, including Canada, Australia, Japan, and many others, Israel continues to destroy not just Gaza, but the people within it. It's clear that this is not about the attacks on October 7th. This is an eradication of Palestine and its people. This is a genocide. Palestinians deserve peace and liberation from their colonizers, and we have the ability to aid in their liberation. During tonight's stream, you will see links to assist at It's Tennies. That's ITS. One second. ITSTENNYY to assist their family escape Gaza, along with resources that have been provided. We highly encourage you to either donate or share the link with others. We demand a ceasefire now.
Yeah, just to get into it a little bit more, Tenny is a good friend of mine. She is, during this whole strike week from this past Sunday to next Sunday, she's raising money to help her family get out of Gaza. Even though her family is stuck, they are doing their best to help provide support to other people who have lost their families, to get them to safe places, but they also deserve to be able to escape. Her cousins are not just numbers, they are people. Her aunts and uncles are doctors and trying to save the lives that they can. So if you, I posted the Ko-Fi link into the chat, which is going to be pinned for the whole entire stream, and we will be referencing it every so often after the break and towards the end again. She is doing streams along with a bunch of other creators to help raise money for that, as well as viewer incentives for donating to her Ko-Fi. Please, let's work together to fight like hell for the living.
All right. And with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about dragons. Are you guys ready to talk about some dragons?
I love
Okay.
dragons.
This is a Warrenguard stream. This is our finale episode, One Last Ride. And this is the week of the backer kit launch for Warrenguard. So less than a week left. This Saturday at 10 a.m., the Warrenguard backer kit will be going live. So let's go around and meet our cast. We'll start with AJ. AJ, who are you? And who are you playing?
Hi, I'm AJ, also known as Hoochie Kid, and I am playing Rebel the Outsider.
Okay. Abby, who are you and who are you playing?
Hi, my name is Abby Callie. I use she, they pronouns, and I'm playing Sandy, the old timer, who uses they, she pronouns. Also, I kicked us off with a donation, so someone watching, you're next. Thank you.
Okay. Christian, who are you and who are you going to be playing?
Hello, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba, all over the internet. So I'm a TTRPG performer and educator here in the space, and I will be playing the Ace Scarlet Salamanders. Pronouns he, him, Saruman.
All right. Madeline, who are you and who are you going to be playing?
Everyone, I am Madeline. I also go by the Goose Girl on the internet. I am playing Lee, the caretaker, and we both use she and they pronouns.
Okay, and Depth, last but never least.
Hello, I'm Depth, like the ocean. You can find me on all things by Acidic Bunny. My pronouns are they, them. I will be playing Labyrinths, a fresh face who also goes by she, her pronouns.
When we left last episode, you all had made the choice to send I'm sorry, the name fell out of my head. I know the names of my
Lydia.
NPCs. Lydia, to the Caldera to learn to be a dragon rider. Um, uh, Sandy had flown her to the Caldera, and there you had gotten a set of orders from the Dragon Master General. You see, Ty, the dragon rider who you saved and brought to be rehabilitated at the Caldera, had provided information on where you could find Cinder and the rest of his rogue dragon rider gang. Um, uh, so I imagine you took some time to ease your aching back from the ride and
Mhm.
eventually rode back. But in the meantime, we open in a small cafe in Craven Top. Uh, Cassandra is already sitting at the table. She's wearing a lovely linen dress, um, uh, covered in blue flowers. As you arrive, uh, Scarlet. Uh,
Uh, I guess seeing them that their first uh, Scarlet. I suppose Scarlet is wearing. Let's see. It's pretty much his like military like uniform, but without any of the medals on it or anything, because like
uh-huh,
that's just a little gaudy, and like that's the most professional thing he has on. He
uh-huh.
has. So he sees them waiting, and he's like, oh, "Apologies for being late."
Oh
Got
no, I was early. I'm enjoying only having one kid to watch at home.
I'm sure that's both a relief and a sadness.
It is, but I'm so proud of Lydia. But go ahead, sit down.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm just like sits down. How is it? Has it been long since that day?
I think it's the next day, this
Okay,
next evening.
cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool, 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 cool. And so he sits down and settles in, and so how have you been?
It was hard to say goodbye to Lydia, but she was just so excited. You could feel it
I I
bubbling
could,
off of her.
yeah, I could. It was very. It's always nice to see someone willing to take charge in their life, even at such a young age.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you're someone who likes to take charge, right?
I, I, I am, yes. I think no one should be more in charge of your life than you. And well, it seems to have garnered the attraction of those who agree.
Yeah. You've got you've got quite a crew for around you up there, don't you?
I do. I trust them with my life, and I'm glad that they trust me
Yeah.
in return. But I can't imagine that you don't feel the same way in some instances yourself.
I mean, I feel that way about, my kids. I take care of them as you probably feel like some of those riders are your kids sometimes, I'd imagine.
They can certainly be childish in moments.
But no, having someone I can really trust and depend on isn't something I've really had in my life.
Well, you can continue to trust uh, us, me.
Good.
We will try to keep you as safe as possible. for as long as I draw breath.
You're not at a political rally, Scarlet.
No, but I am just as nervous.
I promise I don't bite. Unless you ask nicely.
Take some water, drink some of it. Mm. That was good.
When's the last time you were on a date, Scarlet?
Can I make a confession?
Of course.
This is technically my first date.
First date.
Mm.
First date. I feel honored.
It is. I know it is.
How have you not been beating them off with a stick? You're a
I-
big hero.
Well, I guess I've just been more focused on the job than my own personal life.
You deserve to take some time for yourself.
I
The rest of your riders certainly do. I see Sandy at my bar more than she's in the air, probably.
she likes to have fun. I mean, not being captain has really given them some freedoms. But I agree with the fact that I would like to start taking more time for myself. Just it's not my routine to.
And you feel a shadow pass overhead as you see Sandy and Winter returning from the Caldera and returning up to the Warren above.
And I think he like looks up, sees that I'm jealous of how Sandy looks at life, how relaxed they've become since they've always been that way, actually. And it's the one thing that I feel weird trying to emulate. That's her, not me. I would like to have more fun. I just don't know how.
I can show you how to have fun, Scarlet Salamandus.
I'd like that.
And we cut to the Warren where Sandy, you just landed with Winter after a long ride from the Caldera.
Rebel and Vibrance is spying.
You're literally up there, the
Just
biggest.
the biggest telescope.
Yeah, it's a telescope just aimed down.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at the two of you, and I'm like shaking my head.
And as you land, Hannah gets up from where she was sweeping Scar's stable and immediately starts unhooking your saddle and unpacking Winter for you. And says,
Oh, thank you.
Welcome back, Sandy.
Thank you so much, Hannah. Here, let me formally introduce you to Silver. Silver, this year's
Winter.
Hannah. Silver, Winter, my Winter Silver, my Silver Winter. Pets. That was completely intentional. It's not me forgetting things.
They're absolutely beautiful.
Yes, you hear that? Looks at Winter.
I certainly did. This human is of good taste.
Yes. Winter says you have good taste.
Thank you, Winter.
There you go. Just hands over the reins, knowing that Hannah will treat Winter wonderfully, and just gives Winter like a little pet and yeah.
Yeah.
And then wanders over
Winter
to the two.
nuzzles into you and says, "Good luck telling everyone."
Thank you. Rest up. Walks over to the two spies. What you doing?
Date?
Ah, I see. Okay. Continue. I'm gonna go.
How was your flat?
It was good. I just took a rest because you know how it is. I have some news, but I want to wait till the commander's back, and I don't want to intrude on his date. I'm just gonna let Lee know I'm back, and I'm probably gonna go down for another nap. But just wake me up, give me a little shake when the commander's back. Don't have too much fun spying, but if you do, tell me all that you see. Walks. Lee.
Lee's in the kitchen. Where else would they be?
I don't know. They have Alexis in the kitchen?
I do, but like
Free her.
that's where I'm happiest.
That's fair.
You also have the garden that you take care of.
Yeah, but it's too dark and cold right now.
Okay.
Fair. Just wanders up to kind of like the kitchen hidey hole, leans over and is like, "Hello."
I pop over and go, Sandy, you're back. Do you want?
Yes.
I can get. Do you want a cup of tea, a hot chocolate? Can I get you anything?
I'm gonna go down for a nap, and I'm getting the other two to wake me up when the commander's back. But if there's just like a pot going on the stove, I'd love a tea for when I'm up, so that way I can get up and at him. I have a little bit of news, but I just want to wait for the commander.
Of course. Do you want milk and sugar?
Of course, both, please.
Right then.
Thank you, dear. Goes for a nap.
Yep. And I think you as before you go for a nap, set a little thank you note from Lydia on your little shelf of thank yous you've gotten from over the years.
Oh yes.
Before you
I
lay
love
down.
that. Latest in a row.
Commander, it's gotten late. Are you drinking wine as part of this date?
I think wine is in the equation, yes.
Okay, cool.
In the
You've had.
equation.
I'm picturing. I don't know why.
The
but
equation
for
of
some
dating.
reason, I'm picturing. Even though it's winter, you're outside at like around this like fire pit, and there's like little like bistro tables, and you're having like tapas and wine.
Yes.
I don't
Mulled
know.
wine.
Yeah. And I think you and Cassandra have been drinking a bit, and it's getting late. And
I definitely, if and when we leave, I do offer my heavier jacket for them and drip it over their shoulders. Of course, offering to walk them home.
yeah, and I think she lets you walk her home. And you walk through the winding streets of Kraven Top. It's pretty quiet at this point, and you eventually find her place, which is in a pretty modest kind of sort of single family dwelling. I'm picturing sort of like row homes on these narrow streets. And she goes, and you walk her to the door. And she says, "Well, this is me."
I mean, you know where I am. What's up?
Always easy to find you. Not so easy to get there.
Maybe we can take a ride so I can show you up there one day.
I would love that. And I think actually, I'm going to make you make the first move. She looks at you expectantly.
Oh, God. Ah! Oh,
And you've got a whole bunch of strong and weak moves you can make.
I do. I certainly do.
Do you have any tokens left?
Do I have a? I do have a few tokens. What token do I want to use though? That's the question.
I mean, you could always take action and leave yourself vulnerable here. What action leaves you more vulnerable than a kiss, really?
This is true. This is true. But what style of kiss? That is what's important here.
Yeah.
I think for a first date, I think now that like all his team members have gotten in his head about what a date is, and this is his first one, I think he goes for. Ugh. I'm gonna do something risky to great effect here. And he's just gonna try a kiss on the lips.
Okay, excellent. And she returns it, matching your energy. And you two kiss and eventually part with her out of breath. And she says, I'll see you soon, I hope.
I can't wait.
Good night, Commander.
Good night, Cassandra.
And she slides in her door. And you see her hesitate for just a moment. And then she shuts the door.
He waits a couple seconds at the
Mhm.
door, and then leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Scar is waiting to pick you up
Mhm.
in the nearest square. It says, you seem quite fond of that other human.
I'm. That they're fun, and they certainly do have a fondness to them that I would love to see more of.
Good, you should take what you want. And you mount up Scar and fly up to the Warren, where you're met with, and you knew she was here. Hannah comes, and Scar bristles at first as Hannah starts to untack Scar, but she strokes Scar just behind the horn, and Scar kind of demurs and lets Hannah unsaddle Scar.
Already improving, already getting faster. Impressive.
Thank you, Commander.
Of course. And then like gives Scar a few extra scritches.
Mhm.
Be nice. Let someone else take care of you too. And will make his way, I guess, inside
Mhm.
to I don't know what is gonna.
Oh, the
be
telescope is gone.
Uh-huh.
Telescope is gone. No proof that it was there ever.
Proof. It's like
I did think for a hot second that Hannah was gonna fucking dub on us, but
Yeah.
Of course not. Hannah
Hannah
is
ain't
the
no
best.
snitch.
Hannah knows what's up. Hannah knows what's
Hannah
up.
ain't no snitch.
Mm.
Love
I think-
Hannah.
Looking at everybody, is everyone else inside? Is everyone else looking at Hannah? Is anybody? I know that Sandy's back. I saw them fly back in. Talk to Hannah.
Yeah, she said something about having some news and wanting to speak when you got back, but going to
Please.
take a nap.
Oh, okay. Take more of those recently. Did it look like good news, bad news, just news?
Just news.
Okay. Can like take them by the shoulder, rub them, and then walk inside.
Mhm.
To no evidence, to no one running around trying to pack up a telescope.
Vibrance is on the couch with like a magazine, like up
Yeah.
to the face, just going like.
Is the magazine upside down?
Yeah.
He has a cup of tea and is like,
Yeah, and I think you all are in the sitting room with the hearth, and as the commander walks in,
Do I just see
Oh,
all eyes on me?
Sure. How was your date?
It was fine. It was a good date. How was
Insight check. No.
not this game.
Wrong game.
wrong game?
how
Wrong
dare you? How dare you?
How do you deception someone who's telling the plain truth? It was a date. It was fun. That's it. How was everyone else's time up here?
It was great. We're just hanging out,
I see that.
doing stuff, chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Rook chimes in. Did you bring us any leftovers?
I did not think to ask for leftovers for a date.
Shit.
Because it was
Apologies.
thinking about something else.
Huh?
Nothing.
All right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Goes moves to sit down. All right.
And I think that noise might wake you up, Sandy.
Yeah. And just starts getting up. Also, I did take a token for let my age get to me because I get to take naps.
Uh-huh.
Get to take.
I come down the hallway and I'm like, did no one think to wake me? The commander is back.
Do a cup
He
of
only
tea.
just got back,
Tea,
to be
thank you.
fair.
I know, but I also want to know the drama. Tell me about your date.
It was okay. I don't know how to say how a date was. This was my first one. Again, I said this before.
So it was good.
I have nothing to base it on, so I'm gonna say yes.
Did it make you happy? Did it give you butterflies?
Did you kiss?
Did you kiss?
Wow.
Give the commander a bit of room.
Never.
It was a nice date. It ended well. I had fun. Might have been a kiss.
Kissing on the first date, Commander.
Wow.
Perfect.
Is that bold? Is that a bold thing?
Nah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask everyone else. Is that a bold thing?
I don't think it's bold.
Okay.
I don't think it's bold at all. Rook says.
What kind of dates have you been
I
on?
think a nice little kiss at the end of a date is very sweet.
Yes, it was.
I don't know.
Nice.
It depends how intense the kiss was. Was it just like a peck, or was it a kiss?
Wait, are there different levels of kissing?
Hola.
Wait. Are there different levels of kissing now?
There's different
Yeah.
levels of kissing.
There's certainly different levels of kissing.
Okay.
Do you want a tutorial? All right, let me get the hand.
No.
Andy.
Sandy.
Sandy
It was a kiss on the lips. I don't know.
hmm
Like, it was nice.
Was she
Was
out of
it-
breath?
Oh my god.
I
Kraven
mean,
above. Okay.
I did notice a hitch in their breath. I got that.
Mhm.
What is that? Is that
Mhm.
good? Is that bad?
I think we've heard all we needed to tonight.
Wait a
It's
minute.
positive. It's positive. It's positive. Anyways, I have news.
That's a good thing.
Okay.
D, please tell us your news. I'd
Yeah.
love that actually.
So first of all, Lydia got all settled in. That was all great. Safe travels. But for Ty, the rogue rider member that was apprehended and brought to the Caldera, they gave whereabouts to where Cinder is, and then puts like a document on the table. So we have the orders to go investigate these possible whereabouts for Cinder. And I was given this news since the writing is on the paper, and it was kind of bundled together. As I, just so you all know, that this is going to be my last mission. I have gathered the paperwork, and I'll be submitting it after the mission to retire.
What? That was none of that came. None of that
you
was
spoke at such a
Madeline.
high register, my ears
operating
couldn't
at
catch
such a
it.
I was operating at such a frequency. Sandy, no, you can't leave me.
I'm gonna live in this hold because this has become my home, so I won't be far from any of you. Quite suddenly I felt my age more so in my old ways, and I don't think it's the best for my body. You know how it is. Retirement for us is usually around 45, and I'm approaching 55, and so that's not gonna work for the best of me. And there's so many good, more fresh faces coming in for this place that you'll find someone great. Plus, if time push comes to shove, I can always be your new Warren keeper if Rook ever, wants to take a break himself.
Over my dead body.
Okay,
Run over him.
I'll mark it on the calendar.
Giving Sandy the biggest hug, sobbing,
Perfect hug.
snot coming out.
It's okay.
Going to
Please.
miss
Lee, I'll visit.
But it's not going to be the same as having you around.
I know. I thought you would enjoy it, honestly. You seem the least liking of my antics.
But your antics are what make this house a home.
Oh, sweetie. Pat on your back.
Yeah.
I am going to glance at the commander and Rebel to see their reactions to the news. That we're going to for Cinder.
Yeah. For Cinder. Oh, for Cinder. The Cinder news I do look over at
The
Rebel.
Cinder news.
Mm-hmm.
The news, yes, the news about Cinder.
I think at first when you hit with the news about Cinder, like you could see. Hi, Sam. You could see all the like their whole arm like tensing up about it, but then hit right after that the news about Sandy retiring. Just like a mix of a relief, but also the most word. Yes, I hear you, Sam. Like, I don't know if this would show, but it like what's going through Rebel's head is the fact that it's like, okay, this is the last chance that vision could come to pass. So it was relief, and then immediately over with worry.
And with Scarlet, I think you'll see him approaching Sandy. And he stops right in front of them. And you sure this time is it? Last time I thought last time was it.
Yeah. It feels like the time, because last time it was mentality. This is physical, and I don't know. You seem ready more so now, because it's like you've been ready to be commander, but I think you're ready to have no old commander present, because it's not usual,
I don't know. I think I much prefer to have your counsel than anything else.
You can still have my counsel. I just won't be, constant counsel.
I mean, like she said, she's leaving, but she's not leaving. She's still staying in the hold.
Well,
We might have to give her rides down to the bar every so often.
Yeah, well, I'm not staying in the Warren on this island. I'll be staying in the hold probably, because I don't have a place up here. Unless you want me to manage your squires, that would be hilarious.
She's so good at that.
I know.
Do you want to?
Oh
mean,
yeah,
I
I'd
don't
like to
know.
have a job. I've been spending all my money on. I mean, it's possible I have limited saving
Yeah,
because I
could you
keep
even
buying
afford a
WoW.
place right now?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We're beloved people. I think I
Mhm.
could swing it, but
Mm.
having a job here would be very nice.
Well, you'll always have one.
Thank you. Your determination is always so great, and knowing that determination will help me be employed, wonderful.
I-
But that's for afterwards. First, we got to get through. This is no regular mission. We have the outline here, and it says,
He takes take it.
As you look
Take
at
it.
the map and the guidance, what it basically is a hand-drawn map that Ty has drawn, leading you out to the coast. It's about a full day's ride out there. You'll have to stop and rest your dragons on the way um, to where they are on this coastal cave um, where they have set up camp.
mhm,
Um, Ty lets you know that there are still 3 riders. Um, there's Ashen and Cinder, there was the Gold Rider, and there was the Bronze Rider,
mhm,
who you never dealt with. And Ty also lets you know that Ashen was doing active recruitment, and the Dragon Master General let you know that a white dragon rider has also gone missing recently,
mm.
and they believe could have gone rogue.
Um, is there a nearby Warren that either on the way over there
Mhm.
or just nearby to us that can keep an eye on Kraven Top while we're gone? Because we're leaving it unprotected, other than the shield, but
Um,
leaving it pretty unprotected.
yes, a set of instructors from the Caldera are actually already planning to be dispatched to Kraven Top to protect it.
Great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so that's the rundown. I was thinking I took extra rest so I wouldn't have to do the going to the Caldera and back in one day, both for me and for Silver. But I think doing about half a day's prep, starting a trip out tomorrow, resting, doing like an overnight rest, and then doing the rest the next day might be a good show. Maybe just like a quarter the next day, so that we're far enough out they don't see us coming, but also we don't have to do a huge trip before we get there.
How many naps?
I've been, I've been saving up my naps,
Hmm.
so I'll be good. If it's my last one, I can go all out. I would like Leah thermos, possibly of your best soup. Keep me going. Think.
Sounds like a plan.
Right.
Everybody get ready.
So how do you spend your time preparing? I want to start with you, Rebel.
Well, I think Rebel mostly gets off the sharpening their axe, doing like their regular weapon prep and everything. And I think we'll kind of trying to look at our amenities again. I think we'll like go once again to the temple
Mhm.
and we'll be like, Kraven, if there's any time that a vision would come in handy right now, would be now. Just anything that'll help us get the upper hand here. And just will pour the bowl of water again and just kind of place it in front of them. And it's like, we'll probably wait for like an hour or two before, if like nothing happens during that time, we'll just be like, yeah, didn't think so. And we'll walk away. But
As you turn to walk away, you suddenly, your eyes feel a flash. Like you've been looking into the sun and you feel your whole body hurt, aching. And then that feeling goes away.
yeah, would have kind of just stopped. Probably didn't happen until like they reached like the doors of the temple to leave. And we'll just kind of just take the axe and it's like, well, so it will. And just go forward to go and friggin' Hannah has been. I feel like would go to LaFlora, but I feel like LaFlora is just having a time with Hannah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I feel like Hannah is playing fetch with LaFlora. Like LaFlora, you feel her like she's not fully worn out. Hannah knows you guys are going on a mission, but LaFlora feels like she just had a good workout for like the first time in a while. You can feel Hannah like really working out LaFlora. Um,
Yeah, I think that's most of the prep that
okay. Lee, what does your prep look like?
I'm so glad you asked. The first thing I do
Stress
is
cooking.
not stress cooking, stress baking. I'm gonna make cookies, not just for us, but for the instructors who are staying here as like a nice kind of hospitality. This kind of comes out to around, I think, maybe like 144 chocolate chip cookies. And they are split half between the people who are coming here to watch the Warren as a thank you, and then the rest are going to us. I also leave detailed notes on how to take care of Wallace, even though it's very basic, like fill bowl, feed cat, clean litter box, stuff like that. I also tighten up Rascal's tail to make sure that nothing is loose, just checking the machinery on it. That's the big thing. And then I think I'm gonna write a letter to Ty.
Oh, that reminds me, by the way, you now don't have the condition new prosthetic tail. Even though you have it, it's not
We
new
had it?
anymore.
Okay,
And
it's just
Rascal has learned how to use it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Sick.
Yeah.
Yay. Cool. But yeah, basic adjustments, and then I think before I go to bed, I'm gonna write a letter to Ty.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What does that letter say? Do you want to give us a sense of it?
Yeah. Dear Ty, I hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for your assistance and cooperation. I understand that this may have been hard and stressful for you, but you have done a world of good. Da 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 da. Then it's just like, I think like a bunch of like run-on sentences about everything that she did that day, and I made like 144 chocolate chip cookies, and half of them were for the people, and it kind of goes on and on to the point where it's maybe like 6 pages long, and Lee's like, there's nothing wrong with that, and then just folds it up and puts it in an envelope.
What does your prep look like, Vibrance?
Uh, Vibrance is probably going to be spending a lot of time in the stable, making sure the velocity is up to par. Anytime that she knows that there's going to be kind of like a big encounter, she always makes sure that Vibrance is like up to standard, especially since they're like the fastest dragons. So she makes sure that like her saddles like all in good nick, make sure that Velocity's wings are in good shape, making sure that there's no loose scales or anything like that. Basically, optimizing Velocity for top speed.
Okay.
Making sure that there isn't anything out of place that might hinder his speed. Same goes for any of Vibrance's clothes. Is essentially just doing kind of like a swimming prep, in which like
Mhm,
making sure that there isn't a hair out of place to achieve
mhm.
top speeds.
Excellent. And I think Hannah is kind of following you on every step and is probably asking a bunch of annoying questions.
Oh,
Um,
she's. I think the second that Vibrance notices that Hannah is watching, she'll start kind of just verbalizing everything that she's
okay.
doing and like why she's
Excellent.
doing it. And she's just like, now I'm checking over all of her scales and making sure that they're all good. Because sometimes when they like do their shedding, we've got like some loose scales. And because velocity is the fastest, I like to make sure that there's nothing out of place. I don't know if it's actually true or not. I like to think that it helps me be faster. So,
Mhm.
blah, blah.
Yeah. And Hannah seems happy for the company. Um, Scarlet, your whole Warrenguard seems fully in the zone. They're doing what they do, um, between Lee baking and Rebel spending time in the temple, and uh, you even know Vibrance well enough to know that she went to the stables and is over focusing on velocity. But how do you spend this time?
I feel like Scarlet spends this time knowing that everything is moving around him. I feel like this is like when he sits down for the first time
Mhm,
and just mentally prepares himself and
mhm,
just sits by himself and knows what this battle is going to do to not only him, Scar, but everybody. Uh, and knowing that they can't lose, because if they lose, then the people, Kraven Top, lose as well.
mhm,
And I think it's just that locker room mentality of sitting down and just sitting in it
mhm,
and focusing in on oneself as you hear the rustle and bustle around you. And I think he doesn't really do much other than that, as he just almost stares, not lifelessly, but too focused. Uh, but at the ready, if a pin dropped next to him, he'd be able to
mhm,
snap back into reality. Especially with Sandy's recent news, also
mhm.
not plaguing his thoughts, but
Yeah.
there in his thoughts.
Sandy, everyone seems caught in prep almost in a way to not deal with the elephant in the room.
Hmm.
What do you do?
Uh, Sandy is prepping to make sure the ride is comfortable because wants to be in top
Uh-huh.
form. It's just like, oh, this is my last ride. I'm gonna like go out with a bang. It's like we're gonna do this. It's gonna be tough, but is like uh, adding extra padding so it's like a very comfortable ride. Is like packing very well. is chatting with Winter. They both end in ER and have an I in the first syllable. Throwing you. Goes and talks to Winter and is trying to get extra scales because wants to make like a really sick, chunky necklace with them. Because additionally, there's a part of your nervous system that with anxiety, it helps if you put cooling pressure on your chest, kind of where your like sacrum is. And so with like the scales have a cooling thing, so a necklace would do that because usually Sandy, especially growing up and early on, would always just give Silver a big hug because it would naturally do that. So I was trying to make something to echo that feeling. So I was just getting some like fresh scales, not like picking the scales, but like fresh fallen ones, and it's just like, give me your good ones. And I feel like Silver, because I do have to say, not Silver, Winter is probably pointing out, because I think like Sandy saved their like baby teeth. Sandy is so like, this is my dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like Winter's making a comment.
Yeah, Winter is saying, just because I'm going to go fly and mate and do the things dragons do after their riders retire doesn't mean I'm not going to come back and visit you.
I know. We're used to being around each other so much, so I want to be prepared because I know we're not used to that much distance. And while I want you to literally and metaphorically spread your wings, I want to make sure I don't start being like, come back, say hi. I want you to have fun and then report back to me, not me being like, where are you? Because I'm going to miss you.
I will miss you too, Sandy. You are half of me.
You're half of me.
And I think she kind of picks at herself a little bit and pulls off just like a prime scale and drops it in your hand.
Thank you. Just grabs Winter's giant face and just gives like a gentle little forehead kiss between the eyes.
I'm worried about our approach on the fjords.
Yeah. You know best about these things. You've always had the best thinking ahead, and we haven't really talked much about it. We're just doing general prep, but we haven't talked formations. What are your thoughts?
If we pick the wrong fjord, we'll be in a corner and we won't know which one they're in for sure until we get there. The best strategy would be to split up and have each rider take one entrance, but that means one rider would have to hold off 4 dragons on their own.
Yeah.
While the rest of you get there.
It's cornered or nearly a sacrifice. I don't think the group's.
But if you stick together, it could cost all of you.
No. Well, it's not my decision to make, but it is a good point, and I will bring it up to the commander when we discuss in the morning. Or it is the morning. Later today, before we go. Thank you, Winter.
Thank you, Sandy.
And it was like, as I'm walking away in my mind, it's just Sandy going like, and you're the biggest dragon in my heart, and you're the strongest, 'cause you've had the most time to train. You're in your prime. It's your time. It's Winter's time today.
And I think you see Winter kind of rocking her head to the song.
Yeah.
Is that like a little lullaby that you would sing Winter when she was a baby?
Oh yeah. Sandy was dragon obsessed. Sandy was Hannah, except was like Hannah Lydia, and so that's why it was just like Lydia needs to be with the dragons.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before go time?
Sandy just wants to tell Scarlet Winter's comment.
Mhm.
So it goes up to Scarlet. I was chatting with Winter, and they brought up a pretty good point with the fjords when we're looking in the caverns. If we choose the wrong one to investigate, we can be put in a really bad spot.
Right.
And what Winter recommended, I don't know if I even feel comfortable doing, but I gotta say it, is splitting up, because then at least we know which one it is, but then it's leaving one rider to fend off 4 dragons until the others catch up, which don't know how great that is, but I wanted to bring it up. We could come up with some sort of like distraction plan, lure them out, figure something, but it's a good point that we don't want to be caught in a pinch because we chose the wrong one and they gang up on us.
Straws.
Are we all talking about this together, or is it just Sandy and...
I feel like Sandy is saying it as we're walking down a hallway where everyone else is in like the main room. So you caught like the end of it.
If anything, I would want us to be in pairs. One.
We could still then not find one because there's
5 of
I
us.
mean, I have an idea.
Oh, let's hear it.
Because first I have a question for the GM. They didn't have a yellow dragon with them when they
They did not.
approached us. Okay, cool. That's all I needed to hear. So they don't have a yellow dragon. We could use the speed in our favor. I could do a flyby. They won't be fast enough to catch me.
It's will we be waiting somewhere where we can then surprise them because they chase you?
I could lure them out. They'd never catch me.
Do you want to play that game though?
I'd be willing. If it's our best option.
I mean, she is the fastest and the loudest. Well, other than a gold dragon.
Yeah.
Let's hope that you don't run into that.
Yeah. Well,
But, I mean,
you're still gonna have to dodge some attacks, even if they aren't up to you. If you catch them, they have good reaction time, and you're within,
As long as I'm
shooting
ahead of
distance.
them, it's easy pickings. I just have to get their attention and lure them away.
that's the thing. How likely are they to fall for
Well,
it?
we don't know their exact positioning, so it's you finding their positioning. How do you let us know you found them at that one? Because we can try to just then get there once you find out which one it is. Or if you do lure them out, we have to be waiting in a good spot that doesn't put us at risk, that they get the jump on us.
Well, no, this is what we do. We have 2 go then. And Lee kind of like perks up and goes, we have 2, have one follow back Vibrance. Vibrance can lure them away, and the other one can be a bit like a scout.
Like staying pretty high in
But-
the air.
Yeah.
They might get left behind. I can't
It's weather
I
dependent.
can't slow down.
No, then that person will go back to the group. They'll only be alone for a little bit.
so like go with a partner, have them waiting
Yeah.
a bit further back out of sight,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
as I do my flyby, if I then start luring them, I kind of give them a little run around while the other goes and tells the others.
Yeah.
It's with that one other. It's if they're doing routes to check to see if there's anyone, that one could be a straggler and get in a one-on-one fight. Would be my only hazard.
I'll do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. If there is anyone doing patrols, I can take them out. And LaFlora is, if not as quick, as dexterous as it is. Not as quick as velocity, but is as dexterous.
Yeah.
Plus, can't leave my girlfriend out on the field by herself.
Ah! We just said
What?
it.
Excuse me?
We just said it. Oh shit.
I was away for one day. One day.
Yeah, Vibrance is my girlfriend.
We just said it. Okay. All right.
Nice. And then goes to smack your ass, but then doesn't. And then pats you on the head.
You're free. You're free.
I mean-
I think Lee is holding their mug a little too tightly.
Oh. Ah!
Wasn't even me that time. Yeah. That is. Yes.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay. Sounds good. We
but
have
like, we'll send like a. Just like a glare to Rebel being like, now? Really?
Blank. Can't read any expression.
No expression. Fucking ass.
Fully red. Absolute embarrassed.
Just like, what?
Okay, so
Nothing.
we have an infielder, midfielder, and outfielders.
Yeah, and brings up the map. So where we think we want to be squatting, while we got our midfielder and infielder.
Now, remember
doing
what
the,
this map
the
looks like again?
It's basically a coastline.
Mhm.
Do you know what fjords look like?
I gotta look them up properly.
They're like big, like canyons in from the
The
sea.
green half orcs.
Um,
Ah, yes.
Yes. Okay.
yeah, there's all these fjords that cut in here,
Yeah.
and
Do
you can
they
see
like converge at any point?
they don't.
So they're all just
That's the
scattered.
trick. Is basically if you go into one to check, you could very easily be like cornered and trapped in it.
Mm.
Is it possible to have anyone go wide or no?
I mean,
You wouldn't really be able to check from wide, unfortunately.
Scarlet is, well, not the fastest dragon. They are definitely very capable of getting there first if danger does arise. And
Yeah.
so
I'm
if-
ready
if-
for a fight.
So if
Andra.
the bell is rung, just follow me and I'll lead us to where we need to go.
Yeah. Oh, what if, hear me out.
Hmm.
What if I get Winter to do something cool? We fly really high above all this stuff, but we just start making it like snow a little bit, little icy hail. So they want to stay inside because it's bad weather. So they're going to stay inside their little cave. So when we go to check on them, then bada bing, bada boom. They're all in there. So then when Vibrance peeks in, there's like, what's that? Do they go out? Do they formulate a plan? But we know where they are. So if Vibrant comes back and they don't follow, airstrike.
And Rascal's super small. He can get into small places. He's quite sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
The closer we can get without being noticed, the better. So if we can trick them with terrain and uses of weather against them, then
Yeah, we
I
can
say
do it
go
all.
for the move.
Oh,
I
how about
can
this?
get some thunder up.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rebel is pretty quick and sneaky as well.
Mm-hmm.
If I see, it'll be kind of like a 3-pronged alert system, essentially. If Rebel can keep an eye on me in a place, because 2 metallic dragons are pretty easy to spot. So you guys would need no, not 2 metallic. A silver dragon and a red dragon are pretty easy to spot. So you guys would need to be in a place in which you could hide once you set that weather condition.
Yeah.
So Rascal can
Aha!
it's got me.
Yeah, I got it. I was wondering when you
Yeah.
catch it. I was wondering when you would catch it.
It happens.
Rascal can quickly, once sees a signal from me and LaFlora that we found them, can get it to you guys quickly. And
Like a long distance chain, like telephone, kind of
essentially.
castle.
Exactly.
Essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So that means
Hannah comes in and says, "Excuse me, Commander.
Yes.
All
Hannah.
the dragons are saddled and ready."
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna give Hannah some cookies. I give her a little like bowl filled with warm chocolate chip cookies.
And you all hear a roar outside as 3 instructors from the Caldera land. And one of them, and as they come in, they're all chatting. And one of them sees you, Sandy, and you recognize it as a girl that from Kraven Top, who was one of your first. She's a gold dragon rider now.
Oh
And
my
she
god.
says, "Sandy, Winter Rider? You're still here? I thought you would have retired years ago."
That's so funny. Goes over, gives a big hug. It's actually about to go out on my last ride. Finally calling it retiring. I just had to do a couple more years than normal.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. And keep this place safe for me. I want it to be nice when
Hey,
I start
everything
my retirement.
I learned it from you. So
I know you're good.
I think Rebel's gonna go to is gonna be like, I need something real quick. Go to the temple. And I imagine there's probably like almost, I think like above the door, kind of like how they would have like a crossed swords and like a shield.
Yep.
We'll like fully take that shield that probably has the symbol of Kraven on it. And we like just kind of like test the axe on it of how like how much of a gong or clunky sound it does to it. It's like yeah, that'll work.
It rings pretty well, I think.
Yeah. And we'll take that.
And do you all go mount up?
Yep.
Commander?
Yep.
You are muted.
You're muted.
Fuck!
Turns and looks at them.
Say the word.
Let's ride.
And you all erupt from the Kraven Top Warren, flying toward the coast. It is a long flight, but before we narrate things, let's go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Thank you all so much for watching. And we're back. Thank you everyone so much for sticking with us through the break. If you didn't tune in to the very beginning of the stream, you can always go catch that on demand or on YouTube later. But if they didn't catch the beginning of the stream, AJ, what are we raising money for tonight?
Yes. Hi. We are raising money for my friend Tenny. She is collecting money and fundraising money for her family that is currently trapped in Gaza and Rafah. Her cousins and aunts and uncles are there currently. They are stuck and they are risking their lives at the moment to help other people in need. They are volunteering their lives to save others, get families together, and also try to get them out of Gaza. But they also deserve to get out of Gaza. So in the pinned comment in the stream, you can go to the Ko-Fi link where she is gathering the money. She and a bunch of other streamers, including Brito, Persephoroth, Honorian, are doing streams to help raise money. The last time I checked, they are about 20% of their whole goal, and they do have incentives. There is, if anyone who donates more than $35, $35 and up, they will be entered into a raffle for a free diamond passport to Project Rogue Roleplay. Also, the top 3 donators will get a special gift that has not been revealed just yet. But yes, there is. We just need to fight like hell for the living and continue not staying silent about not only what is going on in Gaza, but what is going on in the Congo, what is going on in Sudan, and many other places in the world. What's happening in my own heritage in Puerto Rico, in Hawaii. We will not stay silent about it any longer, and there's nothing that they can do to keep us silent.
Excellent. Thank you so much, AJ, for saying that so well. And we are going to hop back into the action. Sandy, you've been flying for basically like 6-7 hours to make it to the point where you guys are going to stop to
Mhm.
break for the night. And your body is aching. Your whole body's hurting, and you know you've got another hour to make it to where you don't have to fly so far out tomorrow to make it to the point that you need to stop to encamp.
Mhm.
What do you do?
Um, with the um, aching, I am going to use a token that I have saved up to use my experience to my advantage. And Sandy has done this only when it was much younger and much longer trips. Would take it's basically like a little chainmail thing made from the scales from long ago and slides that under clothes. So it's like a ice pack for the worn body. And also has a different copy in kind of the bag of sneakily would steal heated ones from Scar to make like a hot pack, which also would hand around to whoever at any time would be having back pain, but used it for this.
Yeah.
So switches between hot and cold for the aches for this.
Yeah. Scarlet, I think you can catch that Sandy is sitting a little uncomfortably in the saddle as she slides the ice pack down her back. What do you do?
Are we're in the middle of flying, or have we landed?
You're in the middle of flying. You've got another about hour and a half to make it to the campsite for the night where you've decided to stop.
I think he looks over and seeing that, just goes, think you can make it one more hour?
I'm great.
Sandy.
I'm good. We have the night to rest.
And Sandy can see the worry on Scarlett's face, but it's quick.
Mhm.
Because he trusts you more than probably anybody else.
Mhm.
But he's as soon as we land, I'm giving you a back massage.
I'll take it.
And with that, I think you guys make it through the next hour or so and land just as the sun's setting. You're a little bit behind schedule as Sandy and Winter were not flying at full speed. You were supposed to be set up before the sun set, but you're close enough. Um, and you all make camp for the night. Anyone do anything in camp?
Andy knocks right out to get that good rest.
Uh-huh.
Right after a massage, of course.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm preparing like a camper soup. It is like dehydrated vegetables, lentils, beans. There is some good soup happening tonight over the campfire.
Good shit. Yeah, I think Vibrance is kind of keeping Lee company at the campfire.
I think we probably took like an actual map to like kind of like correspond with the drawn map.
Yeah.
And I think I'm like sitting with Scarlett and just like, we should probably for a bit be on foot at this part, just so, because just in case that there are patrols, they wouldn't see us.
What about here? They're just having small talk, I guess.
Yeah, just going back and forth, of just like little tweaks of the plan, that can improve it better.
I think they're talking about like the order of how we should do things, and you can tell that, and then goes, I think we should give Sandy the least amount of work to do here, to give them just a little bit more of a break. Make sure that they're as square as they need to be before we hit the big one.
They really are retiring.
I think this time in it, it's not going to be as short as the last one.
I mean, last time she just stepped down as commander, but now they're done. Well, I mean, gonna keep those squires into shape. And that's gonna be
We're done with this.
Yeah. It's gonna be a rough week when I know they're still gonna be connected, but it's gonna be the rough week of winter going away. Because as long as I've known them, they haven't been separated.
Yeah, but they both earned their freedom from each other. Even for a little bit.
Are you... Are you ever worried about what would happen to Scar if you...
If I gave it up, put it down, rather.
more get put down?
Well, I wasn't think that far ahead.
Unfortunately, I do.
I'd hope that he'd learn enough from me that he'd at least think about things before he chewed. Because that's all I can do. I'm dead. Right? What about you?
Flora loves people too much. She would either take to another person pretty quickly, or she would at very least go back to the Caldera.
You don't think you'd be mourned?
No, I think I would. But she knows how I feel about all this. She knows what risks I take.
Well, she wouldn't be the only one mourning. And like looks over to Vibrance. So you gotta stay sharp.
You know you don't have to be Sandy, right?
Now that's, despite who I am, that is an impossible task. Despite what I've tried, I've learned that now. But does that make you the new old?
I think you're older than me.
I'm still an ace. I don't know. I'm still pretty.
That's because I let you.
Oh, you let me. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Red, don't you know? I've been holding back.
Oh, trust me, I know when you're holding back. Of everyone here, I know when you're holding back. So don't hold back this time. I know they used to be your people.
No. This time, Cinder's done.
Sure.
I failed
right there to back you
Sandy.
up.
I won't fail you.
Well, I'm right there to back you up.
And we'll just kind of like fist bump.
We have a little the Vibrance moment.
Yeah, probably. I think as I'm stirring pot, I go, so, you and Rebel, huh?
Yeah. I did not think that he would blurt it out to everyone. But we're going on a date. So I got a little carried away after the Rax attacked, and I kind of just blurted it out in the kind of heat of the moment. But it worked out. Thank God. I don't think I could have survived the embarrassment.
The embarrassment of what?
Of Rebel not liking me back. If it was just all some like huge misunderstanding, if it was just completely one-sided and I was just pining like some fool.
Some feelings during the Lee just kind of like, I feel like there's a move for this. 1 second. I feel like there's a move I'm about to do. I feel like this is like lack the conviction to make smart choice. I was like, I'm tired. I've been traveling all day. I don't have the energy to like engage with this in a meaningful way. So I think because I brought cookies for everyone, I do give you a bag of cookies. But they are for everyone. This isn't like a Just Vibrance thing. And goes, what do you feel when you're around Rebel?
um well, happy, obviously, but safe. Key. They're just, I don't know. Whenever we're talking and we're just hanging out, there's this feeling I get, and it's just like this mix of like happiness and safety and just warmth. And he's so what's the word I'm looking for? Depth is looking for a word that I can't think of right
Describe
now.
the word to me. Describe the word to me. I got you.
I can't even describe it. It's just in my head, and I can't fucking stoic. There we go.
Yeah.
He's so stoic, and I don't know. At first, I felt like he hated me. I felt like he hated everyone, me especially. I felt like he just did not want a bar of me. But I don't know. Then we got to talking more, and I kind of figured out how to talk to them. I figured out how to speak Rebel, I think.
And they make you happy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it might be too soon to like say anything concrete.
Of course,
but
yeah.
I really like us hanging out, and they really push me to be better. And I like that. They challenge me, and they question me without making me feel stupid. Like if I'm ever too impulsive or too naive or getting ahead of myself, Rebel kind of just puts it into perspective.
Well, as long as you feel happy and safe, and if Rebel is that person that makes you happy and safe, then I'm happy for you.
Thanks. Have you ever had feelings for anyone?
Of course I have. It's a natural human thing to have strong feelings for someone.
You ever admitted your feelings for anyone? That's really terrifying. I don't think I could ever do that again.
uh, can you just stop? I think kind of like Vibrance just takes a moment and goes, I know the kind of person I am, and I'm not the kind of person to make a grand gesture or blurt my emotions out, because I'm always going to be looking for if the time is right. And the time never will be right, because when is it really? But that's just for me, obviously.
No, you're absolutely correct. I don't think there's ever gonna be a right time.
Yes, but I have, but I worry that our lifestyle affects with that sort of thing, and that I have 500 swirling thoughts, and we'd be up all night if I were to verbalize them all.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
you can always talk to me if you ever want to verbalize those thoughts.
Of course. I do want you to know that I love you.
I love you too, Lee. You really just. Listen, this is as hot as me as it is for all you fuckers being dramatic about it, okay?
No. And actually, I do want to elaborate on this. I think this I love you is in the same way that, like, I, Madeline, love all of you people. But of course, there is, like, a double entendre to it because there is that meta-narrative. But there is love in this I love you to Vibrance. So there is a little element of truth to it.
I love you too, Lee. You're one of my best friends here. You're a good caretaker. You're the best.
And I think kind of like Lee has this kind of moment where it's like, it doesn't, like, if this, like, I can't like waste my life kind of like pining for someone who's very obviously like happy and has found something very wonderful in her own life. And I think there's this kind of like quiet resolution of like, you're still allowed to like always love this person. You are still allowed to always pine over them, but like, I don't know, don't chase a speeding dragon because then you're just going to exhaust yourself. So, with that, I'm going to give you a bit of soup and let me know what you think. I always get worried about dehydrating the materials and that it's not going to taste proper.
I don't like eighths of it. Lee, this is amazing. As always.
It's just saying
listen,
that.
whoever ends up with you is gonna be the luckiest person alive. I'll tell you that.
And I think he has this moment of like,
You're worthy of someone real good, Lee. Don't take anyone less than the best.
I know, but what's nice is that I have some time before that happens. And then I pour myself some soup and I do cheers.
Yeah, you do. How old is Lee?
Lee's like kind of like late 20s.
Hey,
Yeah, late 20s.
you're almost hitting 30, flirty, and thriving.
I know, right? Although, can he be 30, flirty, and thriving? That's very fun. Can you be 30, flirty, and thriving when you're stuck in your kitchen all day?
I think so.
Possibly.
Absolutely.
Well,
people dig people that can cook good. My mama used to always say, oh, sorry, Gary.
No, it's okay. I'll just say this, though. Don't let your little crush get in the way of our fighting tomorrow.
Of course not.
I can't have you making heart eyes at Rebel when we were running around.
Don't make heart eyes.
Oh, you've been making heart eyes
going
since
so
day
red.
one.
I think at this moment, just like catches your eye.
Mm-hmm.
I don't make heart eyes.
You're doing it right now.
I'm not making heart eyes.
I'm just gonna kind of nag and tease you.
And that night, Rebel, you have a dream.
Mm-hmm.
You are chasing Vibrance and Velocity. And they're faster than you, but not that much faster. And you just know in your head that they'll tire eventually. But when you look down at your dragon, it's red, and then you wake up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Yeah, you guys fly the little bit you need to that morning and then hike on foot. All of your dragons are kind of whining about not being able to fly this part and about having to walk it um, until you get to the point where you have to go.
All right. Fully shield up, axe out. Get ready, vibes.
All right. I'm ready.
Um, Sandy has decorated the rider's jacket arms. Instead of fringe, they're all of the baby dragon teeth, so is like studded armor
That's
style.
fucking cool.
Uh-huh.
And that way it's just like if a dragon tries to bite me, they're going down with me style, and has like the biggest of the baby teeth, which are still giant, as like two big daggers and is ready.
Before we head off, I would
Mhm.
like to walk over to Sandy, and I would like to use the free action to reminisce on my time with the old timer. And we'll approach Sandy.
Have vibrance.
Hi, Sandy. I just wanted to say before we get into it
Mm.
that it has been an honor be flying with you and learning from you and being in a Warrenguard with you. You've taught me so much, and from the very first day when you walked out butt naked in a towel,
I was in a towel, so I wasn't butt naked, but continue.
but you were butt naked under the towel, and that's the most important part. But
Yeah.
I knew you were the bravest. And I'll miss you a lot. And I know you know me the least out of everyone here, obviously, but I'll remember you for the rest of my days.
Thank you. And I'll see your face around for the rest of mine. You're not getting rid of me too quick and then honks your nose.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Great. All right, let's go kick ass with your part of the plan and everyone's.
Okay. We're gonna hop down in initiative order, but remember you can always pass your turn, and
Mhm.
we'll basically come back to you. You can basically jump in at any point you want to go. Um, Scar, you're first.
I'm gonna skip my turn to
Okay.
get the prime people in the scene to get going.
Okay. Then the other three of you, who goes 1st?
Mm-hmm. I will go first, and
Okay.
I will dive down into the fjord, and I'll wait for. Oh wait, no, hang on. I will wait for the others to get into position first. Actually,
Cool.
Okay.
You
I
get
just
into
realized that they need to
your
get into
starting
positions.
position.
Yeah, I
We
Yeah.
can say that you guys have gotten into position. We don't need to like
Okay.
be like get in position.
Okay,
get in
okay.
position, get
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
position.
What's the
Yeah,
weather like
then-
today?
It is cloudy. You're able to fly above the clouds. They're sort of like you know that when the clouds are kind of like a blanket
Yes.
and the sea is crashing into these fjords. And it's kind of cold.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Our signal, I feel like we would have discussed this, would be thunder, because that's who our scout is. That's something that can be loud and can be heard beyond the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
um, uh, you you fly above the fjords. Are you trying to be sneaky or are you trying to just be fast here?
I'm going to be fast.
Okay. Why don't you roll to quickly overcome an obstacle? And remember, you have sheer speed. When you roll and try to overcome an obstacle with your sheer speed, you add 2 to your roll.
Well, that was a really bad fist roll.
You're adding 5 to it.
I'm adding 5 to it. 3.
Okay. Excellent. You all hear a roar that is incredibly loud. It echoes off the fjords. Rocks kind of fall into the water. It is unbelievably loud.
Found
And
him.
a red, and it's hard to tell where it's coming from. But a red dragon erupts from the fjords and starts chasing you.
Immediately. Pew! I will, do I have time to invoke my aspect to, thunder booms in my wake when I dive? So I can make some thunder?
Yeah, you can do that for free. Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. This red dragon though seems to be almost shepherding you in a direction you don't want to go. Like it's behind you, and like to kind of get around it, like it's gonna basically be able to keep cutting you off. And you can tell that it is trying to isolate you from the rest of the group.
Okay.
And you know that this red dragon rider is Cinder and Ashen.
But none of the others are out?
None of the others are out yet.
Okay.
What do you do, Rebel or Lee? You see Vibrance and Velocity being chased. You can also hop in here, Scarlet, as well.
Well, the signal was the thunder.
Yeah, what's your current plan? Yeah.
Yeah, signal was a thunder, so
I think seeing that immediately I'm going to fly down to try to intercept Cinder.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to taunt him.
Okay. I'm going to need you to catch up first. They're both flying all out. Cinder, so I need you to roll to overcome an obstacle quickly.
Yeah. I can do that. Oof, that is a 5. Good thing I up my quick.
Okay, let's see how they do.
Save your girlfriend! Save your
just screaming at your dragon. Save your girlfriend!
He's so funny as you're in the air and all Cinder hears.
They get a 4, so you're able to catch up. So what do you do as you catch up to them?
I think man. I think Rebel will come down kind of like the moment that Cinder tries to cut off Vibrance again. I think instead of being met with Vibrance is met with me.
That's cool.
And we'll just be like just standing on LaFlora is like payback time. And we'll
Cinder grins.
And I want to I want his eyes on me and just be like, let's finish this 1-on-1, you and me.
I'd rather keep chasing the new blood.
Your loss. And
You seem to care about her an awful lot.
Yeah, I do. Just like I cared about you.
And then what do you do?
I am going, because I have one token left.
Mhm.
I am going to. What am I going to do? I'm going to spend a token. I'm going to spend a token to hurt. I'm going to spend a token to hurt. To hurt Cinder. I'm going to go straight for Cinder.
Okay. Why don't you roll? Is this attack flashy or is it forceful?
I'm trying. I think I'm doing it flashly because I'm trying to keep his attention on me.
Okay.
To let Vibrance do her thing.
Okay.
And I kind of. Can I use my stunt everything as a game when I taunt someone and before
Yep.
flashly attacking? Cool.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Gonna be adding so many points to this. God
Yeah.
damn, hold on. Sorry about that. That's gonna
You're
be
fine.
so that's a token, which is 2 plus 2 plus 3. So that's a 9.
Yeah.
No, that's a not a 9.
7.
That's 3. 2, yeah,
7.
7. That's a 7.
Okay. Cinder is bringing his all too, and he rolled a 5. So you barely cut the edge out of him. And I'm gonna give Cinder the condition Wounded Rider as you
And I think we're just
swing
kind of
your
like
axe.
we're just a tangled mess
Mhm.
of
Yep.
Cinder and Ashen, LaFlora and me. Like
Mhm.
Ashen and LaFlora are going at it, and me and Cinder going back and forth. Like I'm using my shield to block Cinder's sword, and or like catching the sword
Mhm.
with my axe and attacking.
Um, okay. Scarlet, Lee. Rebel is way out of position.
Makes me
What
nervous.
what does the rest of the sky look like now that this confrontation is in full swing?
It is oddly quiet. You heard that roar. You um you saw the red dragon erupt out of one of the fjords
Mm-hmm.
to chase Vibrance, but that's all you've seen.
Okay, so the only one came out.
I did also crack thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, so noise
You
has
did.
been made, so they know that they know that at least someone is here,
Hmm.
but no one else came out.
Yeah. You still haven't seen the bronze dragon, the gold dragon, or possibly the white dragon.
And the red dragon, like Ashen and Cider, were trying to herd.
Them towards somewhere.
Yeah, so they might be waiting somewhere.
Yeah. Did I see the direction that they because we're high up in this guy? Did we see the direction of where they're trying to curt them?
Kind
Or
of
no?
down the coast. Yeah, sort of like further north up the coast.
Okay. Does it look like there's any strategic advantage to going up in that direction, or is it just like a straight?
You would guess. I think Winter's able to deduce this, and I think you are too, Scarlet, with your thing. That really the goal was just to take to isolate your newest member
Mhm.
and get you all panicking.
Mm.
That would be something Cinder would do. You
Right.
know Cinder.
Yeah.
You've flown with Cinder.
Okay, so we
And
don't have
Cinder
to.
loves to attack the weak link.
Yeah. Luckily, our luckily our links were
Weak
strong
link
enough.
my ass.
Cinder doesn't
Yeah.
know you, and all Cinder knows is that you're
Yeah.
new.
Yeah, so he went for you first.
So yeah, that's
So that-
Cinder thinks you're weak. Cinder thinks you're weak.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Cinder's approach has failed. Okay.
Has it? Because it's pulled 2 of you out of position.
Pull 2 of us out of position.
Christian, I am small and I am sneaky and I'm fast. I can go wide and I can also draw attention to myself.
Okay, so the board is shifted. Why don't we just shift with the board so we get positioned with them?
Yeah.
That's my idea.
Okay.
That's so you go get into position around them, and we will be back. Me and Windsor will be back to support you.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just
So
moving. Like their chessboard is over here. We're just gonna place our pieces on that board.
Okay, so we are moving to them.
Yes.
But don't you think that they want us to move to them?
They don't know how many we are yet, fully.
They just think that there's 2 of us there at the moment.
But here's the thing, if I were a rogue dragon rider, my thought would be, oh, if this is one person from the Warren, the rest of the people are here too.
Yeah.
It's a matter of who comes out first. That's the game.
Yeah.
Well, right now we can just beat them at their own game, take them out one by one.
Yes.
Yeah. If we can take out Cinder before the others even.
Because it is
realize.
2v1. It's 2v1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's the thing that scares
I
me.
would rather be a counter puncher than a full on inboxer at this moment.
Yeah,
so I would.
Okay, you know what? Then Commander, I will do what you say.
Because honestly,
Commander, just tell me what to do.
honestly, as scary as Cinder is, the scariest dragon on the board right now that we have not seen is
Bronze.
the biggest dragon.
Is the biggest dragon.
Big
So
boy.
I do not know what that thing does.
yes, we don't know what it does, but if and when they do make a move, I will be there to make it first.
I also have an idea.
What's up?
What's your idea, Abby?
I
What's
know
your
you were
idea,
talking
Tyler?
about how, like, me and my name's Sandy, not Ab. But my
Sorry. We're far away from each other.
I know you wanted me to stay safe. If I stay hovered in the clouds, I have a good perspective. But also, with all this condensation, Winter can form giant icicles and just drop them.
You should do that.
Let's
if you
fucking
fly
go.
upwards, so if you fly upwards and do that,
Yeah.
sorry, my sword just fell. Like, if you fly upwards and do that,
Yeah.
also, like, who's gonna go up there? That's a stupid move. Only
Then they gotta
stupid enough
1v1
that we
me.
can do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In an element of cold, yes. I think.
In the element of cold. So then that leaves me and Scarlet. We can tag team whatever plan you have concocted, Commander.
Yeah. Make it loud, make it cold, make it rain.
All right.
Aye.
All right.
You're
up, Lee. You're up, Scarlet.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Whichever one of you is going first. Or you can hold your action for Sandy.
Scarlet, what are you doing exactly?
I'm waiting. I'm looking down at the things that are playing out, and I'm hoping that what Sandy does bring them out of hiding, or makes them cocky enough to think that we're out of work, because we know we're out of of play. So us knowing makes us back in play in some capacity, because we're not surprised by it.
Okay, and this is me asking you because I'm treating you as the commander. And you
I'm saying be ready to back me up because you're sneaky. So be ready
okay,
to back
cool.
me
Then
up.
I'm gonna hold my turn. Or actually, you know what I'm gonna do instead? I think Lee would use this to be as sneaky and as quiet as possible to get to where Scarlet is, so that way I'm physically with you.
Okay. Roll you know what? Let's roll to sneakily create an advantage here.
Okay. So I
I
roll.
believe in you.
Well, that's a 2.
Excellent.
You have any tokens?
I know. I only have 1 token left. I want you to know I cannot roll above a 0 on this fate dice, and I'm gonna. And so I'm like, no offense to the team, but I'm gonna save my token for later.
Fair enough. Hey, fair enough.
I'm going to give this choice to you, Rebel.
Ooh.
You see Lee and Rascal getting in position, but you know Cinder and Ashen see it too. And there's a little glint in Cinder's eye. You could take some stress here to keep Cinder from taking this advantage on Lee, or else Lee is going to take the
I'm
stress.
taking the stress.
Okay,
I'm taking
you
the
take a
stress.
stress.
Yep. I'm keeping Cinder locked
Yep.
with me. I'm not letting
Excellent.
him out of my
Mental
sight.
note: make rebel
Um,
cookies when we survive this.
Scarlet, you feel Scar under you is just itching to fight. Scar feels pissed.
Wait for the right opponent. The right opponent's coming. All of our pieces are scattered. They'll think we're weak. We'll
Big
make them
one's
pay.
coming.
Uh, it is their turn now.
Mhm.
The drama of this all, I love it.
Hey, why don't you roll me a careful defend, Sandy?
Mhm.
Sandy.
Careful.
Sandy.
Sandy.
And well,
Sandy.
I'm up in the sky. Calm down.
That's also bad.
It's John Travolta when he's in Greece.
Yeah.
Sandy.
Sandy.
Yeah.
Sandy.
Okay. Careful is 2, but I got a -1, so I got 1.
Okay, excellent. I'm also going to give you an extra -2 and a token on that because you don't see this coming.
Gotcha.
Suddenly, the sun gets brighter, and you realize what's happened. The gold dragon has been coming in from the direction of the sun.
Oh, I thought
and
it's a bronze.
There's also a gold.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And this gold dragon shoots in how did I describe this in my game? A blast of light as bright as the sun,
Mhm.
and it
Oh,
just hits you squarely. That is a split of 6.
Yeah.
So here's what you can do. You can
Mhm.
take a severe condition.
Mhm.
You can take a moderate condition and 2 stress, or you can take a moderate condition and a mild condition.
And sorry, if you care to explain severe condition, moderate, and mild, what those look like. So also
Mild
the
would be
viewers
like
know.
bumped, bruised, like
Mhm.
rattled,
Mhm.
scared.
Mhm.
Mild would be like shredded wing, um,
Mhm.
uh, mauled side.
Mhm.
Um, I believe losing the tip of your tail was a mild.
Mhm.
Severe would be like um, broken bones. It
Mhm.
would be heavily burnt scales. It would
Mhm.
be
And these are wintry conditions,
yes.
right? Um. We'll take a moderate and a mild, or
Excellent.
2 mild, whatever that combo is.
You are gaining the condition uh uh Um, what's a what's a what's a word for like doubting yourself?
Um,
Security?
yeah, insecurity, well,
Yeah.
doubtful, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're gonna gain the Winter's gonna gain the condition insecure as she suddenly realized she was outplanned, or they were outplanned.
Yeah, and for a silver dragon, that's huge.
Yes. And they're gonna gain the moderate condition
Hmm.
um uh burnt,
Mm-hmm.
as the entire back left haunch
Mm-hmm.
of Winter is now blackened and crispy,
Mm-hmm.
as this gold dragon finishes its dive
Mm-hmm.
past you and erupts down through the clouds. And I think, Scarlet, you see this and you're like, fuck. Um, uh, Cinder is going to attack you. Um, Cinder and Ashen are going to continue their attack on you,
Okay.
Rebel.
Yeah.
How do you defend?
Uh, I think I am essentially being faster. I like
Okay.
as much time has been spent with the other dragon riders and all the other dragons. One thing that me and LaFlora have learned is how to be quicker,
Okay.
how to keep up with vibrance and velocity.
All
So
right.
we're
Why
trying to
don't
be
you
quick.
roll to quickly defend?
That is going to be a 6.
Excellent. You beat them by 1.
So cinder.
Mm-hmm.
I it like I am trying to switch up my. I think what it's happening is that I'm switching up my fighting style that Cinder is
Mhm.
not used to.
Mm-hmm.
Scarlet, why don't you roll to carefully defend for me? Oh, you're muted.
Careful defense.
Yep,
Okay. That's
because
plus
this
4.
excellent.
Oh god, this is turning shit so quickly.
Oh shit. I'm sorry.
Are you?
I know
Uh,
you shouldn't be using your cool dice. I think that's the problem here. I think that's the problem.
you are flying over these fjords, just trying to get like where the fuck are the other dragons? Like there's 2 other, and out of the ground erupts from a cave that was below the ground this bronze dragon, just snapping up as it takes up, and it's going to beat you by 2. You can either take a mild condition or you can take 2 stress. It's up to you.
God, I love Dune.
We're gonna coin. 2 stress.
Okay, you take 2 stress. Um, and um, the white dragon follows out of that hole, um, and is just going to take another shot at you, Scarlet.
Is that another?
How do you defend? This time you're not being caught by surprise.
This time it's just aggressive, like an aggressive block. Just charge right into it
All right,
to block its
excellent.
flow.
So why don't you roll to forcefully defend?
That is a 6 this time.
Excellent. And this one you beat handily as this shoots a beam of light. This white dragon shoots a beam of light at you, trying to blind you and Scar, but you just knock it off kilter and fly past. Winter, Sandy, it's your turn. You're muted. You're muted, Sandy.
Sorry, goes like Winter, and then is trying to soothe Winter from the burn. Had because like was so overtly packy, like has like valves, and is trying to like quickly soothe that. And as I believe has instructed Winter to at least attempt the cool thing they wanted to do of aiming down with using condensation from the clouds to create big ice spikes to drop below. Now that can see all the 4 dragons below, we'll still remain up here for a bit of safety, and we'll use force of gravity for attacks.
Why don't you roll to carefully create an advantage?
All right. And I'm going to use Wintry Breath. It's not freeze, pray, solid, but use that aspect and use a token. Well, we'll see if I get how bad my roll.
Yeah, you can roll first.
Got a 0.
No!
0.
Okay.
But then I have 2 for careful. And if I do my 2, then it's 4. And I think 4
I meant
is
cleverly create an advantage. Sorry, which you should
okay.
have 3
Well, so then it'll be 5.
Yeah.
So I have 5 total. Let me mark that I used
Okay.
that token.
You succeeded with style here. So you get 2 free invokes. As we're gonna create the condition hailstorm.
Yeah.
As you finally start to gain the advantage. Shoot, I need to create a slide.
Yeah, I'm like looking for your slide.
Yeah, sorry.
There it is.
I never think to make these in advance. We play with a Google Doc, just so everyone at home knows, and every time I forget to do it. So, hailstorm, and that has 2 free invokes on it. Yeah, and we're gonna hop back to the top. Top of the initiative is actually you, Scarlet.
Yep.
You've got the
I'm gonna. So now that all the players are available, Scarlet sees the biggest one. He's like, okay, time to fall like dominoes, and he's seeing the storm start to come down. He sees a particular large chunk of it coming down near their location, and so he's gonna have Scar charge into that dragon to have it collapse onto them and crush them back onto the ground below.
Okay. This is either clever or forceful.
This is gonna be forceful.
Okay, why don't you roll to forcefully attack?
Sure. And I guess I'm invoking hailstorm, right? So I get +2.
Yep.
To this as well.
You can choose to invoke it after if you'd like.
Okay. All right. So please roll. Okay. So that's 4. That's why I'm going to invoke it. So that makes that 6, right?
Yep. You could also invoke it again and make it an 8.
Should I? Guys, I'm taking both.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Take them.
Yeah.
Because I'm near you and I can help. I'm near you.
I have a plan to help Rebel. So
Okay.
use up all the shit.
So that's 8 total.
Yeah. You basically force this dragon. I think it's like you and this bronze dragon end up in a tangle beneath this falling thing. And at the last minute, Scar just kicks off of the bronze dragon, and this large icicle just impales down into the bronze dragon, and there's a scream of pain. The bronze dragon isn't dead, but it is out of the fight.
Cool.
Mhm.
Uh,
Good news with icicles, they numb the pain, so it feels like a good neutral.
Yeah.
They also melt, so we have to.
Yeah. Yeah, this bronze dragon is breathing green gouts of flame, trying to free itself. But you think even when it's free, like it's not going to be up for flying for a while.
Yeah.
How's
How's the rider?
the rider is freaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hop to Vibrance. Vibrance, you have been playing this
Alright.
cat and mouse game with basically a fight. Like there's this fight just following you around everywhere you go. Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if I'm stacking too many things, but okay. So, I'm going to use a regular move to take action, leaving myself vulnerable to attack Cinder by doing my head-on stunt and creating an advantage for Rebel.
Okay, yes, you created that new
Yes.
stunt. Yeah, I forgot you did that. That is awesome.
And I'm using my regular move, leave myself vulnerable, because I'm assuming that by doing this, I am in fact leaving myself vulnerable.
Yeah, you don't get any advantage for doing that, but
It's fun little flavor.
so yeah, why don't you roll to quickly attack?
Okay. Okay. Oh, that's too bad. How much am I adding? I'm adding +2.
You're adding your quick, which is 3, and then 2
3,
for your head on.
2,
That's 5 total.
7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Use it if you want to. Use the fact that Cinder's injured.
Yeah,
Can I
you
do
can
that?
take advantage. Yes.
Yes, then I do that.
Yeah. So that brings you to a 9.
Woo!
And just dramatically, Cinder is going for the kill shot with his sword. He knocks your axe wide and is going
And
to go
Vibrance
take
just
you out.
comes in, just
And then just
screaming,
all of a
"Get
sudden,
away
it's just
from him!"
"Pah!" And then Cinder isn't on Ashen's back anymore. Cinder is
funny.
just flying and falling.
Can I have just like as going that kind of like glance to the side and just smile?
Yeah. It's Regina George being hit by the bus.
Phenomenal.
Cool.
What do you do, Rebel? Cinder's falling. You could dive and save him.
Watch them fall.
I don't have another token.
I did create an advantage for you too. I don't know if that'll help.
You did.
I don't know.
All right. I'm gonna go with LaFlora. I'm gonna use my regular move, show up unexpectedly. And just like fully just catch Cinder before the last moment.
Excellent. Why don't you roll
just also
to
show why I'm dangerous? You know.
why don't you roll to quickly overcome an obstacle?
Oh man, how funny would it be if I failed this roll?
And I'll let you add 2 to your roll for your clever use of showing up unexpectedly.
That's gonna be a 5 then.
Okay. 5 is good enough. I can set a flat roll for that, and that is definitely good enough. You catch an unconscious Cinder right before he hits the ground. And LaFora says, it's not too late to drop him again.
I love her.
I know, but I'm sure Sandy and Sandy and Scarlet have some words for this one.
Target practice.
Um, uh, Lee, there is now a wild red dragon
Oh fuck! Right.
And I'm right there.
Yeah.
snapping,
Double check.
blowing gouts of flame.
And this is where vibrance is correct.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna spend my token. See, it was good I held on to it. See? And I'm going to spend a token to back up someone who needs it. And I'm gonna I'm gonna go over, spend that token, so boop, and I'm gonna fly over to Vibrance and Velocity.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess when I get there with that red dragon, first of all, I'm gonna yell over to Vibrance, "Are you okay?"
I'm alright.
Great. Cool. With that, I
If I've learned anything from One Piece, magma is hotter than fire.
guess so. Then I am going to. I'm gonna look kind of like Kick Rascal, like in the way you spur a horse, and I'm gonna be like, "All right, let him rip." I'm gonna shoot magma at the dragon.
Excellent. Why don't you roll to um are you just doing a forceful attack here, you think, or is it something else?
Listen, I would love it to be something else because I have a 0 in forceful, but I
Uh-huh.
don't know what else it is.
I
All right.
don't know what else it
if I
is.
could suggest something,
It could be flash
Yes,
seed.
please, please,
Magma's big.
please.
that red dragon's could be a little distracted by.
He
a
doesn't
very
know you're there, really.
bright yellow dragon. It could be
I
sneaky.
am. I could be sneaky. Oh wait, this could be a play dirty. This could be a play
Uh-huh.
dirty
Also
move.
This could be a play dirty.
All
Yeah.
right, and I'm gonna use my play dirty stunt. Well, I guess if I cause an opponent to take a mild or moderate consequence, so I guess
Yeah.
this is sneaky, and I would like to play dirty if I
Okay.
inflict a condition on them.
Okay, excellent.
Rascal's a little rogue.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll to sneakily attack?
Okay, one sec. I'm gonna reset my Fate Dice browser because I don't love it. Of course, when I reset it, it did +2, but I'm not gonna honor that because that feels fake. All right, here we go. Okay, that was a -2.
But you add your sneaky.
Yeah.
You add your stun.
So that
and then you add
Flat
the token.
one.
so
I don't have any more
You
tokens.
spent the token to back them up.
yeah, you already get to add that.
Okay.
So you're at a 3. There's also a
Okay.
free invoke on Riderless Red,
Mhm.
which was
Okay.
an aspect I created. So would you like to free invoke that?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be great, Natalie.
That brings you up to a 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And a 5 is more than enough. They rolled a 2.
Things are looking
Okay.
up.
So what do you do to this red dragon to take it out of the fight? Are you going to kill it?
No.
Kill it.
I am.
Is
I
Rascal
don't.
going to though?
No, Rascal knows not to, but I think
It's misery.
you know what? I want to I don't know. I want to you know how you tear your ACL and then you can't do pro wrestling again.
Uh-huh.
I want to do the equivalent to that with this dragon. Like it can go into the wild again. It can do its shit, but this dragon will never be able to be used in a violent way ever again.
That's
Damn.
holy shit.
That's
You take away
someone saying
breath
worse.
weapon, like
Rascal
Just kill me. Damn.
rips
That's-
out. There's an organ at the base of the throat of a red dragon that allows it to produce flame. Rascal rips that out.
An orange dragon has a beak, so it's sharp.
Yeah.
Look at the baddest motherfucker around.
Yeah.
So,
These like
It
vibrant
is
towards
now.
stoic. I can do stoic.
No, I think it's more like my friend is being attacked, and at the end of the
Yeah.
day, going to save my friend.
This gold dragon lets out another roar, and the white dragon forms up on its side as they start to gain altitude, headed back towards Sandy. Sandy, what do you do to defend yourself?
I think this is because everyone that is my teammates are below me. I see they're coming in, and I'm like, Winter, it's time for old Snowfall. And I prepare because I also want Winter to take a dip in the water after. And Sandy, wanting to be a legend and go out in style, is going to run off Winter because it's smaller to be detected. That way Winter can do a full drop at full tilt down, because Winter can do once per session, be in the right place at the right time to catch Sandy. That way we can drop simultaneously, so we're harder to be caught, so that way we can regroup with the group, so we're not one number to be picked off by two.
Excellent. Why don't you roll twice to cleverly defend here?
Okay. Yeah, I know
The
I'm at
gold
3.
dragon spits some fire. The white dragon shoots a beam of light at
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
as you both plunge.
I did get a +1 of my regular, and I got, so this is the first one I'm doing, so it's a +1 plus my clever is 3.
Okay.
And then the stunt is 5 steps ahead. Does that apply to one of them?
The stunt doesn't give you an actual advantage in your
Right.
roll. It just lets you show up somewhere.
Okay, that sounds good.
Narratively. Yeah.
Narratively. Okay, good to know. I have 1 token left, and I can use it on one of these, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then this one, since I have a plus, so that's a 4 for the first one. I'm going to roll the second one, then I'll decide where I want to spend my token. That's -2, which means that one is only a +1. So I'll use the token on that. So I have a 3 and a 4.
Okay. Both of these shots go wide as it shoots where both dragons split the difference as you plunge past them. And Winter swoops down and catches you on the way down in a perfect snowfall maneuver.
Yeah.
As these dragons don't double back to keep chasing you, they're flying off on their own. They're running away. What do you do?
I let everyone know because I have the like slowest dragon, and I was like, I cannot be outnumbered, so I still think that was the best for us to do, Sandy and Winter. But telling everyone is just like, because what did our mission statement read? Were we to collect all of the riders, or was Cinder our target?
Cinder was your target.
Okay. I just tell everyone, I was like, Cinder was our target. We are not liable to catch them. If you would like to, go now before they get too far, but we have completed our task.
Like looking at the conditions of our dragons.
Yeah.
Looking at the condition of Sandy.
Yeah. I was like, my dragon took a nice little dip in the water to get that, but it's just like, we're done for today.
I can give Sandy Cinder. I'm still good to go.
I'm good.
What about you, Lee?
I don't like violence, but it is part of my life.
You can capture them. You can just capture them. Like if they're trying to run away, you can do it.
Capture is an option.
Yeah. I am quick and sneaky, so I will go help out because these people have done cruelty beyond numbers that I am not okay with.
You three go. I'll stay back.
I throw Cinder to you, Scarlet.
Yeah.
As I pass by, just like
One-handed couch.
just like
Wrap them up.
yeah, I tied him up and just like threw him to you.
Catch him easily, no problem.
Mhm.
And I'll be here with Sander.
All right. And I think we're just going to narratively end you guys
Mhm.
catching these gold and white dragon riders. And do you do the same things to their dragons that you did to Ashen, Lee?
Such a great question.
Mm.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna pull a Christian and do a little coin flip.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll shred their wings.
Damn.
All right.
So,
I think Lee's having a moment of character growth here and is like, it feels like the best way to move forward is to make sure that these dragons are kind of never used as tools of violence ever again. So yeah, Lee does the same to all the other dragons.
Gnarly. Okay. As Lee is the instrument of final violence for these
Lee is
dragons.
neutering these dragons. Essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Barker would be
That's
proud.
rage right now.
Yeah.
And then they were flirting in front of me. In front of me.
That's so funny because you keep being like, no, Lee's fine. Lee's fine. No, it's just friends.
Yeah. And then she asked, "Oh, do you like Lee?"
Oh.
She made hot eyes at the right in front of me.
Oh.
Sandy,
Mm-hmm.
Winter is enjoying this cold water
Mm-hmm.
and kind of surfaces and curls up next to you, wet and cold and injured.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I'm okay, but I don't think I can make the flight back today.
That's all right.
Maybe
We,
we can stay here a while?
yeah. We don't have to go back there getting the others, so it's safe to take a break. We can ask them to leave a tent for us, rest up, and have a little vacation. Just the two of us for a little bit. I can turn in my paperwork for retirement late. We can enjoy the views. It's a beautiful place, other than, looks around at like their smashed icicles, like smashed trees. We can stretch the legs when you're feeling better. Find one of the pretty ones that has a little less damage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to go to, if everyone's okay with it, to kind of montage time here as we see time pass for the Warrenguard of Kraven Top.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, what do we see as a scene for Scarlet?
I think he's overseeing the Squire program, overseeing the Warren Keeper programs, making sure all the kids are properly being trained, and that our that our old teachers aren't ragging the new students too hard. Uh,
Mhm.
like like anytime there's like this is tradition, it's like cut that before it even starts as one. Don't even nope.
Yeah.
Cut it.
Excellent.
Anything that's too outlandish to be a tradition or a staple is like immediately like nicked in the bud. But he's taking charge as he should be, but he's also taking time for himself. So when he thinks he lets go of the reins of overseeing and starts to head down to the Kraven top itself and having more dates with Cassandra.
Excellent.
That's
Um,
yeah.
What about you, Lee? We'll hop to Lee next.
Great. I do think something kind of fundamentally like switched in Lee kind of after this big battle. And I think part of it is like in an older version of Lee probably would have never like removed these dragons like breathing power, but in this kind of like rage of the moment she did, and now she's kind of like, was that the right thing to do? And I think because of that, Lee's gotten a bit colder. um Lee's gotten a lot colder. There are still treats. There's still treats because she will bake until like the sun goes out, but there are less. They aren't daily. It's more of a weekly occurrence than anything else. And definitely I think Lee is a bit more inward, but kind of like every week she will go to the cavalcade. That's not the word for it. I'm so sorry.
Caldera?
Thank you, the Caldera. It's like it's not cavalcade, it's not
Yeah.
it's a C word. Yeah, thank you. And does visit Ty to like form a relationship with them just so, and starts to kind of strengthen that relationship. But I think that was kind of like a fundamental day for Lee because I think Lee did become a bit colder after that encounter.
Um, Rebel.
So, I think Rebel is kind of one has taken up to like lieutenant for Scarlet, just fully just supporting every decision, being right there, being the little bit of a foil if uh Scarlet gets a little bit too righteous. Uh um uh and I think is being less of an outsider now. Just kind of more and more getting away from that. I think part of like his part of their contribution to like the squires or any other dragon that like any other new dragon rider that comes through here, uh like very much knows a lot about dragons, knows how to get the trust of other dragons, uh even though they're not his even though they're not their dragons, of just like teaching the squires how to bond with the dragons even though they are not mentally connected with them. I'm sure Hannah is very much an ace at that and uh, helping out in that regard. And then I think has fully transformed Rebel's old room into the Squire quarters and has moved into Vibrance's room. Uh, and I think like there's like very much shifting of like mechanically the archetypes would have shifted essentially. I think like I think Lee's going more to like is starting to dip more into being an outsider
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I think
I was just going to fucking say that.
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
I think I'm trying to. It depends on Scarlet, but I think either Scarlet's going into Old Timer or staying as Ace, or and either Rebel's going into Old Timer or going into Ace if Scarlet goes more into Old Timer. Or even just not even that much, but just a little bit of caretaker, just a little bit.
Yeah, I was actually thinking I'm seeing Vibrance go Ace.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I was literally about
Well,
to say with my montage that
fully either. So I
Uh-huh.
think Rebel would go either into Old Timer or caretaker.
I think you're
Yeah.
going into Caretaker,
oh my
honestly.
god, yes.
And I like the way it's like very
No.
stoically taking care of business, being like, you forgot this, and it's just like a mug of something. Because it's like Lee still does all the cooking, but it's just
Yeah,
very
yeah.
like, no, I do this. Whereas Rebel is very much just like, you forgot this, and it's like something freshly polished. It's like a little treat.
Literally.
Yeah. Love just opens their heart.
Um, Sandy.
Yes.
Actually, no, sorry, Vibrance first.
Fine. Because
We're
I'm
talking about
retired.
Vibrance. Now we're ending on you, Sandy. And then we're
Uh
ending on me, because I've
Yeah.
got a couple things that happen.
Lovely.
yeah, so kind of following along that, Vibrance starts to put in kind of more work and kind of where they want their career to kind of lead, and she definitely has a little bit of a moment where she has like a puppy dog like phase with Scarlet, in which she just follows him around everywhere and tries to like get every single piece of information out there to an annoying degree. Um like to a degree where Rebel probably pulls her aside as like, you gotta cut this shit out. Scarlet is going to cut your head off. And kind of like goes towards being an ace. And yeah, and just like is really into being on top of everything and is a perfectionist. And yeah, kind of molds into being an ace and what that means for Vibrance, and is very happy with Rebel.
On top of everything.
Anyways,
Of
Sandy.
everything?
Anyway, Sandy.
So
Right now.
Sandy hands in the resignation. And when Sandy does at the Caldera, walks around and is like, and by the way, if you need a guest lecturer, you know where to find me. And then heads back, tries to help out with the Squire stuff. Has like a little teacher's staff room with Rook where they gossip. It's wonderful. Gets to hang out with the drinking buddies more. Bugs Cassandra all the time about like how's it going with Scarlet? Give me the details. But just starts to get all cozy with a little bit of earnings if they end up wanting to stay off base. They just start bugging around the town, be like, anyone got like a nice little apartment? I whittle, and then start selling little woodware goods. And always like share stories of like you should hear the last fight I went on. Oh, it was amazing. I fell from the sky. Me and Winter, yeah, I had a silver dragon. We fell side by side until Winter scooped me up at the last second to avoid two dragons coming at me. Because we were hurt. You have to know when to back up. You gotta know when to back up. And then all of that.
Um, yeah, I think it isn't long until you have another dragon rider join Kraven Top, get sent from the Caldera to replace Sandy. a green dragon rider who is as fresh-faced and excited as you once were, Vibrance. Um, and uh, I think we end, if this is okay, Scarlett, you can do it. A few years later, on the wedding of Cassandra and Scarlett, uh,
Yeah.
Losing my
coinciding
mind.
with uh, the feast of fair skies, um, and Lydia comes home on leave, atop her gold dragon.
Yeah.
And she gives her mom a hug and introduces you to her dragon Summer. And that's where we're gonna end things. Thank you all so much
And that green dragon
for
rider's name was Florian.
no.
That's so weird. Whoa.
Trying to force a crossover.
No, that was me introducing my PC because my
Nice.
PC is a green dragon
Yes,
rider.
Nice.
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 I
Love
want to
that.
join the game.
Yeah. Join up.
Now
Uh,
Abby has to GM for us.
Yes, Abby takes over as GM. We've all switched
Yeah,
roles.
that's the
Beautiful.
secret ending.
Honestly,
so if you...
season two, I would eat that up with a spoon.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
what happens
I
when
want to
the-
run more streams when the game comes out, like a year from now. So
Hey.
When
let's fucking go.
when the
Yeah.
old timer retires, they become the storyteller. The storyteller
Yeah,
becomes the fresh
the cycle
face.
goes
It's
on.
a cycle.
Yeah.
It's a cycle.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me-
You're season 3, baby.
Yeah. All right. Let's go around and plug some pluggables. I'm gonna start first.
Yeah, you do your thing.
You do your
Hey,
thing.
I'm Natalie. My little tabletop role-playing game, Warrenguard, is
Have you
coming
heard
to
of it?
backer kit. What?
Have you heard of it? Warren?
Have you
Have
heard
you
of
heard of it? Have you heard of a game called Warrenguard?
Maybe.
Do you like dragons? There's a little tabletop role-playing game. You can follow it at warrenguardgame.com if you're not already. We are during this stream, over 250 followers at warrenguardgame.com.
Nice.
We are going live 10 a.m. February 24th, not March. Don't wait there. February 24th. You want to back in the first 48 hours. Not only is that good for Warrenguard, but you will get an exclusive sticker pack that features a foil gold dragon sticker. Do you want your sticker of summer? The only way you can get it is to back Warrenguard in the first 48 hours. The only time we're ever going to make the foil gold dragon sticker available is 2 backers in the first 48 hours. You want that on your Stanley mug. So go ahead and back Warrenguard. Thank you all so much. Let's go around and let everyone plug their things. We'll go in reverse order. So we'll start with you, Depth.
Oh my
I knew it was
God.
coming.
Hello.
I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen.
Hello. Hello. I'm Depth Like the Ocean. You can find me on all things by Katie Bonnie. And have you heard about this cool new game called Warrenguard? You should totally back it and check it out. I was in this really cool mini campaign and I enjoyed the fuck out of it. And I'm so dumb. I'm so stupid when it comes to rules, and I love this. So if you're a rule stupid RPG person, this game is perfect for you. But aside from that, you can find me on Finding Ithaca, a Starfinder podcast about a group of people finding a long-lost treasure called Ithaca. I have 2 lovely players here, Christian and Madeline, and they are phenomenal. I'm currently releasing the prologue episodes of all of my characters. I do a little one-on-one session before we started the game. All sessions are on pause for the week to kind of give more voices out to Palestinians. But starting next week, we'll be kicking that up again. Please tune in. We just finished filming our second session, and my face hurt from how much we were laughing. It was a joy. But yeah, and buy Warrenguard. It's fucking fun. There.
Let's hop over to Madeline.
Hi, I am Madeline. I'm at the Goose Girl on all good social media platforms like Megan the Stallion or my God unto the THEE. I feel like I have to clarify that whenever I do it. You should please check out this game. It's a sick game. Hey, you know what? If you were a fan of Rise of the Brave Tangled Dragons, you would love this game.
I can't believe you made me remember that.
Hey, if you were a fan of the Tumblr fandom, Rise of the Brave Tangled Dragons, you're gonna love this game.
I gotta mute Madeline real quick before.
Why are you booing me? I'm right.
I'm right.
Anyways, on my Twitch at the Goose Girl, I will be streaming support Médecins Sans Frontières, which is Doctors Without Borders. They are currently providing medical relief to those in Gaza and Rafah. So I'll be doing a bunch of some stuff over there, including co-op honor mode for Baldur's Gate, explaining critical role plots as if I understand them. So we will be doing that for a good cause. So you can go over to the Goose Girl on Twitch. Also, call your reps. Jesus H. Christ, call your reps, please, dear God. On my knees.
All right, Christian.
Hi, everybody. Hey, what's up? Hi. My name is Christian, a.k.a. Fluffy Goomba, all over the internet. I'm a TTRPG performer and educator here in the space. I am in so many games. But recently, I am in Finding Ithaca, which is a fantastic Starfinder campaign. And we had a blast with our last recording. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. I am in games like Tragedy Theologian, Greek Mythos 5e campaign, which just introduced 2 new characters, 2 new players came by. And see you, AJ, you looking around. And of course, I'm in places like the One Piece game I run with again, AJ. You can find that on Husha_kid on YouTube, and most recently, I am a part of the cast of Unprepared Casters and Back Again campaign, Wander Home game, where I play a much suaver than this lad that I've been playing, Scarlet, who steals hearts and loves to make you smile.
Still a lizard man.
Still a lizard man. Still a lizard man. They're fun. Lizards are fun, man. I don't know what to tell you.
You play a lizard in Finding Ithaca too. You love your lizards.
Yeah,
I
love a lizard.
Love a lizard.
Hey, you know what dragons are? They're like big lizards.
They're like big lizards. I love this game. This game was great. This game is fantastic. I got to play it earlier, and like that game and this campaign have been like completely different experiences, which is fantastic. I highly, highly, highly suggest playing it with your friends and family. Bring everybody.
Everybody.
Also call your representatives. Do it, please. Well, goddamn.
Abby, I almost called you Sandy. I'm sorry, Abby.
One of the same. Hello, I'm Abby, Abs Kelly everywhere, which is ABZKELLY. These are mock-ups, but there's a MILF shirt that is out on lupinehoney.com. If you use code ABZKelly, you get 10% off your entire order. And you can get a shirt, a sweater, a notebook, all those things that say MILF. I actually do have copies, but I would have to get up and show you. You can see beautiful editions on there, and they're softer than these ones. Can you believe it?
Wow, softer than those?
They're softer. Yeah, they're softer than these ones, and also they have, I believe, up to 3XL, and they have it's instead of prices being larger if you go into XL sizes, they give you a rebate because it's reverse because Caroline knows what she's doing, and she's the boss.
Yes,
Yeah. My other things I'm doing, I'm an art director for a little game called Warrenguard. Don't know if you've heard of it. Just do it, please. I want to get more art in there so bad. So right now it says, oh, we want to fund for 5K. No, give us more money because I want more art in this book. And art's expensive because you want to pay your artist well. And also, please check out the link that has been pinned in the chat so that you can send money to help this family escape Gaza and help the people within it and Rafah. And yes, call your representatives. Check to see what petitions. I know Canada right now, we're trying to push specifically the Minister of Defense, Melanie Jolie, to stop providing or just get an arms embargo. Because one right of that pen, it's an arms embargo from Canada with Israel. So try to do that, please. Bug her.
All right. I'm going to hop in real quick here, AJ, because I want you to have the last word. But some other things, Warrenguard related. Friday, I'm going to be over on Critical Misses. We still have 3 more weeks of that campaign. If you're like, I can't get enough Warrenguard, I can't believe this show is ending. You still have 3 more weeks over on Critical Misses for a very different Warrenguard with very different vibes. And
Yeah,
no
y'all have
vibrance.
someone that's like fucking divorced.
Yeah. Yeah. We have
Are you saying
some
not every
divorced.
game of Warrenguard is goofy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also, I'm going to be on Demon Eclipse's talk show, The Dovecote, next Monday at 7:30 p.m. That's a TTRPG talk show. I'm going to be talking Warrenguard. We're going to be talking about Rascal, the new news service that just got stood up. That's going to be a great discussion, so tune in for that. Also, over on the Luck of the Harbor YouTube channel, if you missed our Q&A yesterday, if you just search Warrenguard, you'll find new Dragon Riding TTRPG Warrenguard Q&A stream is up on YouTube right now. You can watch it. You can hear from John Bettenridge from Dice Dungeons talking about the dice making process for Warrenguard. You can hear Anonymous Gob talking about making all this gorgeous dragon art. All sorts of really interesting discussion we had over there. So make sure you catch that video on demand. And AJ, I'm throwing it over to you.
Hi, I'm AJ, also known as Hushicade. You can find me on all the stuff that they kind of talked about. Tragedy Theologian, One Piece, the other Warrenguard over on Critical Misses. As someone who is the resident person other than Natalie that has played this game the most, I can confidently say that that this game is really good. I plan on sinking so much money into this game so we can get great art and some stretch goals that hasn't been revealed yet. So I'm just gonna but yeah. But also big important, please, like everyone has said, please call your representatives. Please support if you can, spread the word. Like Abby said, we have the pinned comment in this chat of my friend Tenny getting her family out of Rafah and Gaza. She is doing a stream donathon with a bunch of different creators who we are going to be raiding into over.
Could I also mention something really quick?
Yes, go ahead.
Bisan has also called for marches as well. So if you are able to and it is safe for you to do so, please join your local protests and march for Gaza. And you might just be one person, but there is hundreds of us, and it just takes one more person to have voices be heard. So Bisan's call for marches, please. You cannot afford to ignore them.
Never stop yelling at your congressman.
Yes.
No justice, no peace.
We already seeing a whole bunch of change happening. I believe Brazil is behind stopping Israel from continuing these attacks. The boycotts are working. Starbucks and McDonald's are hurting, and a number of other businesses are hurting. So if you can, still boycott. If you can, send money, send resources. If you can, go to the protests. Spread the word, for that is free. Keep spreading resources. Keep spreading links. Do not be silent. And we are going to raid over to Fish Guy Games, who is part of the stream that is helping Tenny get their family out of Rafa. So thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned for more Warrenguard in the future, and Warrenguard when it goes up onto BackerKit. And that's it.
All right.
We'll see you another time in the skies above.